voluntary retirement or medical retirement is not means cessation of work by persons employed in industry accurate or inexperienced consulting officer to work employment including consultant as well leave for 50% or more workers on interval day. Means the cessation of work by the persons employed in the industry acting in combination, consult refusal to work or implement the person casual leave of 50% or more workers on a given day. Cessation of work. Means cessation of work by the persons employed in combination of consent refusal to work and accept employment including consent casual leave for 50% or more workers on a given day. On a given day. Means cessation of work by the persons employed in means cessation of work by the persons employed in industry acting in combination of consent refusal to work or accept employment including consent casual leave by 50% of the more workers on a given day. On a given day. On a given day. Consent individuals on a given day. Consent individuals. Hello. Consent individuals. Statement cessation of work by the persons employed in the industry acting in combination of consent refusal to work or accept employment including consent casual leave by 50% or more workers on a given day. 50% or more workers on a given day. 50% or more workers. Hello. Yes, I am studying now. Studying life. Labor laws. I'm studying labor laws. good. All good. By partial farmers work committee section 3 in the case of any industry establishment. Establishment. I am studying labor laws. The Industrial Relation Code 2020. Nice. Let's focus on study now. Works committee in the case of the industrial relation. In the case of the industrial establishment in which 100 or more workers are employed on or have been employed on any day in the preceding 12 months, the appropriate government may by general or special orders, Good. You are doing CMA. That's good. Works committee. I am a CS student. Works committee section 3. In the case of an industrial establishment of 150 or more workers are employed. In case of industrial establishment, subscribe my channel. Yeah, major part of CS is theory only. In case of industrial establishment in which 150 workers are employed or have been employed on any day in the preceding 12 months, the appropriate government may by general or special laws CMA has more practical ideas, practical subjects. We have income tax subject, that is called tax subject, which have 2 parts. But right now I am studying labor laws. Nice. but as we read theory more, it's difficult for me. And there are no workers works with the approval of appropriate government representative of employer and employee. Workers' representative shall not be less than employer. Workers' representative shall be chosen from the workers. Workers' representative shall be chosen from the workers. Law is interesting, but writing it, remembering it is difficult. Labor laws are little boring. Not all law subjects are boring. It depends in which you are interested. Workers are worked with approval representative of employees and employees. Words that are registered shall not be left in the employer, but exactly shall be chosen from the workers. Company law is difficult but interesting also. In CS, that is a core subject. I like JIGL and as this which is, yeah, please let me study, let me focus. Please subscribe. For employer to constitute the work committee, manual may be prescribed. The works committee, no, I am not on Insta. Common interest of the concern. Bye. It shall be the duty of the Works Committee to promote the measures of securing and preserving the communities. Constitution of Grievance Redressal Committee. Constitution of Grievance Redressal Committee, Section 4. Constitution of Grievance Redressal Committee, Section 4. Every industrial establishment employing 20 or more workers shall have one or more grievance redressal committee for resolution of the dispute arising out of the individual grievances. Individual grievances. The grievance redressal committee shall consist of equal number of representatives of employer and workers to be chosen in such a manner as may be prescribed. The chairperson of the grievance redressal committee shall be selected among the persons representing the employer and the workers alternative and rotation basis every year. Thank you. The chairperson on the grievance redressal committee shall be selected from among persons representing the employer and the worker, alternative or rotation basis every year. The total number of members of the grievance redressal committee shall not exceed 10. There shall be adequate representation of women worker in the grievance redressal committee, and such representation shall not be less than the proportion of women workers to the total workers employed in the industrial establishment. An application in respect of any dispute may be filed before the grievance redressal committee by any aggrieved worker in such a manner as may be prescribed within 1 year from the date on which the cause of action arises. Cause of action arises. industrial establishment employing 20 or more workers shall have one or more grievance redressal committee. The grievance redressal committee is the number of representatives of employers and workers. The chairperson of the grievance redressal committee persons representative, the employer and the worker alternative and rotation basis every year. The total number of members of the grievance redressal committee shall not exceed 10. There shall be adequate representation of women workers in the grievance redressal committee, and such representation shall not be less than the proportion of women workers to the total workers employed in the industrial establishment. The application in respect of any dispute may be filed before the grievance redressal committee by any aggrieved worker in such a manner as may be prescribed within 1 year from the date on which the cause of action arises. The grievance redressal committee may complete its proceeding within 30 days of receipt of the application. The decision of the grievance redressal committee may be made with the majority view. No decision will be allowed with the committee. The worker agreed with the decision of grievance redressal solved within 30 days. If not, within 60 days by the conciliation officer. Any dispute in difference between employer and worker will be deemed as industrial dispute. Notwithstanding anything contained in the section 53, a worker may make an application related to the tribunal for registration and the dispute activity. Paragraph 45 gives the date of application of the conciliation officer. Constitution of grievance redressal committee. Where 20 or more workers work, one or more committee shall be formed. Equal representation of employer and chairperson shall be representative. Total members shall not exceed 10. Adequate representation of women. Aggrieved workers shall make application to the committee within 1 year. Committee shall complete its proceeding within 30 days. Decision shall be taken on majority view. Workers' grievance shall not solved within 30 days may apply to conciliation within 60 days. The dispute between employer and employee shall be deemed as industrial dispute. A worker may make an application to tribunal within 45 days from the conciliation officer's application. An application shall be made by the worker to tribunal with 2 years from the date of discharge, dismissal of tribunal, or termination of services. Trade Union. Registrar of Trade Union. The section establishing the administrative framework for registration and regulation of trade unions. It empowers the state government to appoint registrar and supporting officers. Registration and practice and information of trade unions. Registrar of Trade Union. The section establishes the administrative framework for the registration and regulation of trade unions. It empowers the state government to appoint registrar and support the officers, clarify their jurisdiction and authority in relation to trade union appointment of registrars and other officers. The state government may by notification appoint a person to be the registrar of trade union and other persons as additional registrar of trade union. Joint Registrar of Trade Union and Deputy Registrar of Trade Unions. These officers shall exercise such power in performing such duties of the registrar as the state government may by notification specify from time to time. Powers of the duties registrar trade union. Criteria of registration number section number 6. Minimum 7 or more minimum number for application. Minimum number for application. Minimum number to apply for registration. Only 7 or more members of trade union may subscribe and apply for registration. Membership threshold. 10% of the workers or 100 workers whichever is less. Validity of application. Not become invalid for registration of the trade union if the member disassociating themselves is not below the 50%. Is not below 50%. Conditions for contribution of registration. 10% of the workers or 100 workers, whichever is less, subject to minimum 7 members. A trade union shall not be entitled for the registration according to the school in the rules provided the following matters. The name of the trade union, list of members, subscription by members, conditions in which the members are entitled, annual general body meeting, election of office bearers, election elected once in 3 years, safe custody of the funds, management meetings, manner in which the trade union may be dissolved. Application for registration, alteration of name and procedure. Every application for registration of a trade union shall be made to the registrar electronically or otherwise and accompanied by a declaration to be made by an affidavit in such form and manner as may be prescribed. Declaration shall be made copy of the rules of the trade union, copy of the resolution, case of admission, central organization, then delivery of extra statements of the asset and liabilities prepared and described from containing prescribed particulars together with the application. Power of registrar to call for further information. The registrar may call for further information to satisfy. The registrar may call for further information to satisfy that the application complies with the provisions. The application complies with the provisions. Applications complies. Power of registrar to call for further information. Lays down process for registration of trade union, insurance of certificate, recognition of existing unions and grounds for cancellation of withdrawal. So, Insurance that the registration is completely continued for the return union already registered under the earlier name and the cancellation follows due procedure with recording reasons. Registration of trade union and cancellation thereof. Registrar shall register trade union if satisfy all provisions of this chapter. Registrar shall register trade union if satisfies all provisions of this chapter. If satisfy all provisions of this chapter. The registrar shall issue certificate of registration. Registrar shall issue certificate of registration. Registrar shall issue certificate of registration. Registrar shall register trade union if satisfy all the provisions of this chapter. Registrar shall issue certificate of registration. Certificate shall be conclusive evidence. Upon issuing certificate, registrar shall enter name and other particulars of trade union in its register maintained. Existing registered trade union shall deem to be registered under this code, such trade union must file exclusive constitution updated rules. Exclusive constitution updated rules. Registrar may amend it accordingly. Registrar may amend it accordingly. Registrar shall cancel or withdraw registration on application of TU. On registrar may cancel or withdraw registration. Thank you. Registrar shall cancel or withdraw registration. Registrar shall cancel or withdraw registration on application of trade union. Member of trade union falls below the prescribed limit. Information is contravenes rules, provisions or constitution of trade union. Registrar shall give notice before cancellation. Registrar shall give notice before cancellation before 60 days. Cancellation on order of tribunal. Cancel on order of tribunal. Record reasons for cancellation and communicate to trade union. On application of trade union, member of confirmation notice before cancellation 60 days prior. Upon issuing certificate, registrar shall enter name and other provisions of trade union in register maintain existing registered trade union shall deem to be registered under this code. Such trade union must file exclusive executive constitution updated rules. Executive constitution updated rules. Executive constitution updated rules. Constitution updated rules. Section 1. Non-registration or cancellation of registration. Right to appeal within prescribed period. Condemnation of prescribed period. The power of tribunal all parties to give opportunity of being heard. The tribunal may dismiss the appeal, direct the registrar to register the trade union and issue certificate of registration, Set aside the order of cancellation. Communication of copy of the 2 minutes order shall be forwarded to the registrar. Communication of trade union and change in its registration particulars. Communication and notice of communications and notices to be registered trade union shall be sent to the address of its head office as entered in the registrar's register. Membership threshold notification. The trade union shall inform the registrar if membership falls below 10% of the total workers or 100 workers, whichever is less. Shall inform the registrar of mention of proposed constitution of the prescribed manner. Non-communication and notice to be registered of trade union shall be sent to submit head officers and to the registrar of register. Incorporation of registrar trade union. The registered trade union shall be body corporate union and power to control movable settlements Cooperative Act, Cooperative Societies Act, Multi-State Cooperative Society Act, Companies Act, Societies Registration Recognition of negotiating council. Every registered trade union shall establish negotiating council. One trade union equals to sole negotiating union. Multi-trade union. One trade union has 51% or more workers. Sole recognition. Less than 51% workers. Negotiating council. Registry of registered trade union. No.
Okay, so we have now just finished our first work block, and it's time for your guided 10-minute break. Now, one of the issues with these work rest session structures is that a lot of students get completely derailed during their break when they don't let their brain properly recover or relax. So in this 10-minute rest, I'm going to guide you through an activity that's going to help you not only recover, but actually make your next session more productive and more active than the previous one. So I want you to stay here, follow along for the next 9.5 minutes, unless you need to go to the bathroom, in which case, please don't leave yourself on the floor. We're going to start with keeping our headphones on, and we're just going to change to some more relaxing music. And next, we're going to grab a piece of paper or a blank canvas on your tablet. What we're going to do is some doodling, and don't worry, you don't have to be an artist, just bring yourself back to just a toddler scribbling on the wall with a crayon. And as you do this, I'm going to explain to you why this is actually effective in helping you with your focus. Don't try to make any artwork, just create patterns. Look for just repetitive, nothing too strenuous, nothing you're really thinking too much. Just create whatever scribbles you want. So there's actually some research that shows that this kind of repetitive doodling is beneficial for increasing your focus reducing stress and helping you activate these neural pathways that are better for creativity and problem solving, and that transfers through into your study and your work. And just a few minutes of doodling can help you to mentally reset and regain focus. And you'll notice that when I changed the music, I changed it to something that's a little bit more relaxing. This is Brain FM's relaxation track, and the cool thing about the music that you're hearing right now is that it's actually a patented technology that the US government's National Science Foundation funded, and it's research back to improve focus and to induce flow states. Back in the day, I used to just listen to rain sounds all the time, but now I pretty much exclusively listen to Brain FM. It's the reason why I actually reached out to Brain FM to sponsor this video in the first place. But Brain FM actually even personalizes your music selection, so I actually tend to get a lot of rain sounds still. So just keep listening to this as you doodle, make those patterns, scribble whatever you want. And if you want to try Brain FM out for yourself, then there's an extended trial link that you can get in the description. It's brainfm.com/Justin Sun. You get a month of free access. And I will shut up now and let you do it.
National Legislation Council shall develop a key event. Regulation of the Council shall